In this video, we're going to explore how our matchmaking demo uses SelectChildVB. And our matchmaking demo has this game states game object that uses SelectChildVB, and it's looking at the state of the match player SO to determine which one of these children to display. So we have a child essentially for every state of match player SO. And within that state, you'll notice that we have text, and sometimes we have different buttons. So let's just take a quick look. So we have the initial state, and that's going to say some text that says initializing. And we have an idle state, and you will see some text that says join matchmaking. We have the matchmaking state where the text will say waiting for match, and we have a cancel button when we're in that state. We have a table offered state where it'll say match found, and we have buttons for accept and reject that match. And then once the match has been accepted, it says match accepted, waiting for other players. That's called the table accepted state. And when the other player has also accepted, we're in the game started state. We have some text that says choose your move. We have buttons for rock, paper, scissors. And while you're waiting for your opponent to make his move, you're going to be in the game waiting state, waiting for game to finish. Finally, when both players have made their move, you're either going to be in game won, game lost, or game draw. And it's just going to tell you whether you won, lost, or draw, and you'll have a button to leave. So we accomplish all of this by simply using our SelectChildVB. And the other cool thing about SelectChildVB is if you have an animation controller on a state, like here we're in the idle state, and it has an animator, and the animator has this controller, and if that controller has an opened and a closed on it, then it's going to automatically play those animations as it opens and as it closes a state. So we're going to take a look at how we did that. But now let's just go and run the game. So the first thing I'm going to do is make sure that I'm in cloud mode because this is a multiplayer game. And now I'm going to build and run an instance so I can have one instance, essentially running in a Windows instance, and then I'll have my Unity editor instance. So this guy's on initializing, and now this one's also initializing, and I have to click into it to get it to refresh. So join matchmaking, accept, rock, paper, you lost, you won. And so we just blew through basically all of those states that we talked about, and you may have noticed that as we entered and exited each of those states, we scaled everything to 0, and then we scaled it back up as we entered a state. So here's how we did that. Basically, this transition has it is created in a certain way. It has opened and closed, and you can go in there and just like any animation controller, you can go and play with what that exact animation is. But as a shortcut, what we've done is we've created this right click, create game plumbing framework, SelectChildVB transition. So when you create one of these, it's basically already set up for you. So you can initially maybe create your menu without any animations, and then come in and they can all use the same animation, and you would just go under controller and bring this in. And then at some point you could even have different instances because you can create as many instances as you want. and then you can go into each of those and customize them. So maybe one of them use a scale, maybe one of them transitions vertically. You can go in and do whatever you need to do. So that's basically it. I'm just going to do this one more time. Select VB transition, and now we have a transition 1, a transition 2, and I could be using these, and adding them to all of these states, and we'll get that behavior without writing any code. So SelectChildVB, super powerful way to manage state. Use the hierarchy. As you come in and out of states, you can go ahead and add animations if you'd like as well. So thank you so much.